Glasgow. A very vibrant historical city. This is no longer the case, at least for where you're currently located to be seen. Um, Unfortunately, there is an issue that's happened recently, and what's happened is this entire section here of this little building here up to this is basically just black, smoldering. And I'm going to give a brief summary, and if anyone's interested in travel related stuff, I will have a look for anyone that's interested. Use the chapter timestamps if I'm able to apply it here. Else, just skip ahead a little bit if you need the travel advice and all that stuff. But I'm sure you've already kind of referred to these major locations. Um, so yeah, basically, a fire occurred, and it's originated roughly around a vape shop that's here, and this is an older image that's on Google. However, this location is current was a big emphasis on was a vape shop. This building itself as well was initially 1851, I think I believe it's said to be stood from, and these are all gone. Subway, Paddy Power, the Church of Scotland, Sexy Coffee, and especially to those that are on a night out, the Blue Lagoon. It is completely gone, um, and it's very unfortunate. It's do you know the funny thing as well? I passed by this on Saturday night. I passed by this on Saturday night. I was having a night out with one of my pals, and unfortunately, this will be the last time I see Union Street and Gordon Street with any kind of normal aspect. Cause, well, yeah, ass. So, I don't know, but yeah, fucking, it's just mad. There's a shop that was supposed to be opening over here as well today, actually, as of recording this. This is the day after. Yeah, it's not happening because yeah, this is all sectioned off and closed off, so they're gonna have a fun time trying to actually have an opening time for this thing. Um, yeah. Anyway, getting into the article, Glasgow Central Fire Aftermath live updates, and we'll go to the actual main one. Fire rips through building in Glasgow. We'll go through the other one just briefly to summarize. Um, Sorry, my phone was going off at the same time, so if you hear any buzzing, that's why. Um, Scotland's busiest train station was shut on Monday after a massive fire ripped through the nearby building in the heart of Glasgow. National Rail said Glasgow Central will remain closed with no estimate on when the station will reopen following a blaze at a vape shop in Union Street. It is said that it is likely to be the whole of Monday, but they might have to also check the whole of Tuesday, depending how much the fire's been put out and safety inspections. There were also reports of people saying that like a small part of the roof, also came in Glasgow Central. Don't know if that's actually the case. It's been unconfirmed as of this time, but yeah, it's it's a messy one. Um, but yeah, we expect disruption to continue on routes to, from, and through Glasgow Central until at least the end of the day. That's obviously not going to be accurate anymore. No trains will run to or from the high level, and the low level will not call at Central, but they'll still run. Avanti also say that they'll run amended service between Preston, Carlisle, and Motherwell, um, allowing connections between Edinburgh and Glasgow. I'm just basically summarising the whole article because I'm sure everyone's heard it by now. Transpenny is just not running their services. 5 a.m. they were still battling the fire, urging people to avoid the area, and that's when obviously it's a Monday morning. Everyone's trying to rush into work. Now, when you hear that the trains ain't fucking running, then you're kind of you're kind of screwed. If the train doesn't run, then the bus services aren't gonna go well either. They do have some ticket acceptance on some services, but not very many. It's just the amount of diversions that are currently in place in Glasgow just from roadworks themselves is insane. Add on the everything being filtered through Union Street already. Yeah, that went well. And then back through. Now it's not going through Union Street or Hope Street for part of it. So that's a fun time for everyone. Oh god, it's it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for everyone involved. Yeah, initially mobilized at 3:46 p.m. on Sunday, and yeah, I'm sure you've seen the videos of some people trying. Well, it's believed to be a migrant of some kind or someone local, potentially. I have, however you want to frame it. Um, Trying to obviously, some people say they got a fire extinguisher from Subway, but then they got a water-based one, and it's a vape shop with lithium ion batteries. It's not exactly going to go well if you know enough science, and even just knowing electrical fires in general. Yeah, you don't put water on electrical fires. That just makes it worse. Um, you have you can have different types of ones. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head the specific fire extinguishers you can use, like the category ones. But typically, like water and foam potentially as well, depending on the type, might not go well. Um, but there are like CO2 ones, for example, where it just like it stops the fire like just with CO2. There's a couple other versions as well, I think, but typically you'll get the water and the CO2 type ones. It was a big one, so it looked like a big water one, and that was the wrong one to use anyway. But yeah, if anyone's traveling, basically just don't use Glasgow Central or don't travel at all to the city centre if you can avoid it. Um, so anyone that's going to college or uni or work or even just trying to go to the shops to meet with your pals or even have a night out might be a bit difficult getting out. So yeah, that's just the unfortunate things. Now I'll quickly, as I'm now going to go through uh, local bus services, basically, just in case people are interested. The Scotstoun routes are basically just stopping at the hotel if they're coming from the Clyde side. The two is just basically going along like St Vincent and Gallowgate. It's just avoiding the area entirely. Um, the three follows the M8 partially. It's just most stuff is just not going towards Glasgow Central basically. Um, there's a lot of buses that are just not coming over the River Clyde either. McGill's is an example. I'll just go through them quickly. They're just saying, nah, we're not coming over unless it's the X23, but that's from Buchanan bus station. That's it. Um, the local stagecoach buses, that's your information there if you want to pause for it. If you're coming from Buchanan bus station, you're probably fine unless it's the number 4. Um, yeah, I went over that. 17, just it's terminating on Hope Street. It just starts from Upper Hope Street. Because it can't. It typically serves Central, but it can't. So, yeah. Avanti have said that they're not running anything unless it's going to Motherwell. For today and tomorrow specifically. But you can use your tickets on different train services dated at certain times if you wish to date another time, or just get a fee-free refund as well. Cross country, saying they basically the exact same thing. They're just not running trains to Glasgow. Um, you can use your tickets on different cross country services and shit, but yeah, not much otherwise. And Caledonian Sleeper have gave a recent update saying that the trains are leaving from Edinburgh instead to go to London, and vice versa. So they've got a list of like trains to help you from Glasgow specifically if you're going from Queen Street all the way to Edinburgh, so you can get there within plenty of time, as well as obviously come back into town because it is a nightmare otherwise to do it. So yeah, and obviously TransPennine Express, they say they're just no, they're just not running at all, and there might be other additional cancellations from other services from Edinburgh. And yeah, Central said that they're not running anything. They've got some listed updates with some rail replacement, but not very much in comparison. Some shuttle services, and yeah, fun times. Um, yeah, 398 is just not serving at all. Um, yeah, basically just to summarize at the end here, just don't go through Glasgow now. It's just a nightmare unless you absolutely have to, or you can find alternative ways to get through to where you need to go. Just don't. Um, and taxis were a nightmare in the city as well. They typically are, but it was much worse obviously because the trains weren't running. The buses are barely able to manage around the area, so everyone was just getting a taxi home. So fun times. Um, but yeah, hopefully everyone is okay. As far as I'm aware, there has been no casualties. Everyone was evacuated. Um, that needed to be evacuated everywhere. The area is cordoned off from the images. If we go through like this one, for example, yeah, it's just a nightmare. That's part of what the fire. Um, I don't know why the subtitles there said "going to die." That's just weird. So yeah, fun times. Yeah, the building's basically collapsed as well, so that's a fun time for everyone dealing with all that. I don't know why this video doesn't want to load. Probably because of certain things I have. Um. So yeah. Apparently, also Downing Street commented on it as well, or at least a spokesperson for Keir Starmer. But the wording here would not say whether Keir Starmer plans to visit Glasgow, and his travel plans would be set out in the usual way. Whatever that means. I mean, realistically, I don't care if he comes to Glasgow or not. But yeah, fun times. Yeah. So that changes some of my plans actually. That I was gonna try to do like visit town and stuff like that, but that's not going to happen anymore. At least in the way that I thought so, and also meeting with friends because I want to do some photography. Now I have different type of photography to do, so fun times. The video I was going to upload today as well is going to get delayed just because of the fire. I thought it'd be better to talk about it as someone who lives in Glasgow and passes by this area of Glasgow frequently. Well, fairly frequently. Not as much as I used to, but yeah, I still need to frequent through it, and it affects me trying to get into the city in the first place. So, for meeting with friends, whether it be for nights out or whatever. So yeah, just everyone look at your operator if you're using it, like for buses or trains and stuff. Try avoid a taxi if you can, because they're probably gonna try up the prices a bit, just because everyone's gonna be needing to get out. Never mind the nighttime aspects of the pricing. So yeah, just check with people, check with services, plan ahead, and avoid the city if you can, because this is going to be fun to deal with.